Welcome to our lecture online. Our next problem is kind of an interesting one where we have two radicals on the same side, on the left side of the equation. So you might say, well, what do we do with that? And usually the best thing to do is to take one of those radicals and move it to the other side, even though there's already a term there. So when we do that, it will look as follows. We have the square root of 7x minus 10 on the left side equals 1 plus the square root of 5x minus 9 on the right side. It's usually better to do that. You can try to leave it like that and square both sides, like it's shown in the original problem, or you can move one of the radicals to the other side before you square both sides. I recommend you do it like this. So now you're going to square the left side and you're going to square the right side. On the left side, that makes that easy, simply becomes 7x minus 10, and on the right side, we square the first term plus twice the product, and then plus the last term squared, which simply removes the radical, so we get plus 5x minus 9. So now what we want to do is we want to separate the radical. We have one radical left from everything else because we're going to do it the second time. We move all the terms that don't have a radical on the left side and leave the radical on the right side and square both sides again. So on the left side we have 7x minus 10. We move the 1 across, it becomes minus 1. We move the 5x across, it becomes minus 5x. And we move the minus 9 across, becomes a plus 9. Equals on the right side, we have 2 times the square root of 5x minus 9. Before we square both sides, let's combine like terms. We have a 7x minus a 5x, which is 2x. A minus 10 minus 1 is minus 11, plus 9 is a minus 2, and that equals 2 times the square root of 5x minus 9. Before we square both sides, notice that every term is even, so we can divide both sides by 2. Let's divide the left side by 2 and divide the right side by 2. This gives us x minus 1 equals the square root of 5x minus 9. Now we're ready to square both sides again. So we square the left side and we square the right side. On the left side we get x squared minus 2x plus 1. On the right side we get 5x minus 9. Notice we still have a quadratic equation, so let's move everything over to one side and set it equal to 0. So x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 5x plus 9 equals 0. Combine like terms, we get x squared minus 2x minus 5x is minus 7x, and plus 1 plus 9 is plus 10 equal 0. So that looks like we can factor that quite easily. So notice we can write that as the product of two binomials equals 0. To get x squared, we need an x and an x. We have a negative here and a positive there. That means both need to be negative. And to multiply, we get a 10. To add, we get a 7. That means 2 and 5. Multiply them together, we get positive 10. Add them together, we get a negative 7. So that looks good. Now we have two binomials multiplied together, giving us 0. That means either x minus 2 must equal 0, or x minus 5 must equal 0. So if x minus 2 equals 0, we get x equals 2, or if x minus 5 equals 0, we get x equals 5. So we have two possible solutions. Now, to see if they're valid, we must plug them into our original equation to see if they indeed satisfy the equation. So let's do a check. First, let's check with x equal to 2. So when we plug in an x for 2 for x in each of the two places right here, let's see if that satisfies the equation. So we get the square root of 7 times 2 minus 10 minus the square root of 5 times 2 minus 9. Is that question mark equal to 1? All right, let's see if it does. So that's 14 minus 10, that's the square root of 4, minus the square root of 10 minus 9, which is 1. Is that question mark equal to 1? Well, the square root of 4, that's 2, and the square root of 1 is equal to 1. Is that equal to 1? Sure enough, 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 equals 1. That checks. So if that is correct, that means x equals 2 is a valid solution. Well, we need to do it one more time with x equals to 5. So let's go ahead and plug a 5 in everywhere where we see an x. So we have 7 times 5 minus 10 is equal, minus the square root of 5 times 5 minus 9. Is that question mark equal to 1? All right, let's see if it is. 35 minus 10, that's 25. So we have the square root of 25 minus the square root of 25 minus 9, which is 16. Is that equal to 1? Well, square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 16 is 4. Is that equal to 1? And sure enough, 1 equals 1. So again, it satisfies the equation. That means x equals 5 is also a solution. Both of them are, and that is how we figured it out.